All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Quick and Dirty Marketing. My name is Zach Greenfield, and today we're going to continue with our website page building sales series stuff that doesn't really have an official name, but today's topic is virtualizing your customer journey. So if you didn't watch how to figure out the journey, go back a video, and today we're going to do the virtualizing, so stick with us. We'll jump right into it. So today we're going to talk about virtualizing your customer journey. So on the last video, and if you did your homework, or you spent any time or you even know what your customer journey is, then this is for you. Because there is a way, once you understand what the journey is of your new customer. So you remember they're going to go from point A, just met you, all the way to point B, being an ideal client or customer of your business, who's an avid buyer, a repeat buyer, a loyal fan, if you will. And what we want to do now, as much as we can with your website, is to figure out how to offload the work, automate as much of the process, and deliver the highest level of customer service that we can, so that that person feels like they're being hand-held through this journey by a lot of touches, might be emails, phone calls, and that they have the tools on your website to progress and move through that. So for them, and I just want you to get into their headspace for a second, for your prospect who's going to become a customer, they see that in their mind, the psychology is, this is what they think. I'm solving my problem. That's all they're thinking about. And if they feel like they're getting closer to the solution, generally they're happy. If it's taking a long time, they get a little frustrated. If it's a pain in the ass, they get a little frustrated. But if things seem like they're really being taken care of, and I mean that like almost in a Disneyland kind of way, like that's the high bar, right? Like, customer service, like this part of the process is like Disneyland standards, okay? So everything's gotta be super great and through the whole thing, okay? So let's talk about virtualizing it. So what are some of the tools we have? We got your website, we've got videos we can explain things with, we've got audio we can explain things with, we've got pictures and icons, right, that we can guide people with. We got buttons and we got pages and we got, kind of the funnel idea. We can take them through a process. They might have to sign up, enroll, fill out a form, watch a video, sign a waiver, and then get an appointment reminder and an email about what to bring, and then they show up and they're a customer, right? There could be all those things for your business, okay? But when we want to virtualize those, we got to look at each part of your customer's journey and say, what is in our bag of tools? What can we use to make this piece something somebody could do on a phone or on a laptop or whatever? So you really just need to break it down, and it becomes like a lot of different things. A lot of times we find that we open this up with a video that will tell them, hey, this is what's going to happen. So that's an expectation type video. We're setting the expectations that, if they proceed, these things will happen and they will get closer to their solution, right? So it's a sales video in so much that it's telling them that they're going to get their problem solved, but it's also an expectations video because you're managing what they're expecting to have to do, how long it's going to take, what's involved, who's responsible, and what the outcome will be, right? So all those things need to happen in that video. But it's a great video to do because if somebody's really interested in solving their problem and they get that, they're like, oh, it's just this, and this, and then my problem's going to be solved, or I will be, happier. My pet will have a new doctor or a veterinary office, so or whatever the example is for you. Okay, so you're going to use a combination of videos, forms, website content, emails, and email autoresponders to back up and reinforce some of that stuff with especially reminders if they have appointments or like they're going to come and do a tour, right? Something we talked about like for a fitness trainer or any other type of business where you want the customer to come in and see the product or experience whatever the service is in-house, right? So they may have them reminders for that and so forth. And then, their last little bits of confirmation that they're now a customer. So they get all of your customer tools at that point, right? In your onboarding sequence, all right? So the whole process then, you're just gonna break it down. You're gonna identify what tools you're gonna use to virtualize this pathway, and then you're gonna glue it all together online so that when somebody does something, the next action is presented to them. And then when they do that action, the next step is presented to them. And then if there's a little waiting period, they know there's a waiting period, and so they don't get frustrated, managing their expectations, and then the next step's gonna happen, and so forth. So you're just gonna build this thing up, so when they finally come to show up with you, they're prepared, they know what they're part of the what they're responsible for in the transaction, like whether it's to pay, to show up, to wear the right clothing, to bring the right things that they need to bring to you. Like, if you're a hair cutter, they might need to bring pictures or examples of what they want. Whatever all that stuff is, they're going to be prepared. So they're going to be a better customer. They're going to be easier to work for and service. They're going to be more knowledgeable about what you do. And the whole thing's just going to be better if you spend the time to do this sort of educational onboarding journey type process with them. And right now, I don't think it goes to, it's obvious, like goes without saying, this is one of the most important things you could be doing for your business right now. Is the whole world has shifted to interacting, shopping, and trying to transact and get involved with businesses in a virtual way for their own health safety, right? So it's never been more relevant than today, all right? So start working on that. Get your bag of tricks out. Work with your web technicians, your designers, and so forth, and figure out what pieces and elements you have access to and start stringing it together. And I invite you to draw that out. Don't start making stuff until you have a plan, then start filling in all the things that you can do. And it might not be everything. There might be some stuff that just has to happen in person, and that's okay. Just leave a block for that. Let them know this piece is in person. And then after that, there's this, and that piece, okay? That's totally fine also. All right, so if this helps get you organized on virtualizing your customer's journey from just being exposed to your brand to becoming the ultimate customer for you, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video. On the next one, we're gonna talk about onboarding, which is kind of like the extension of this, and then and getting that sales commitment. Okay, so stick with us and we'll see you on the next one.